Nominated as one of the best community college radio stations in the nation.
Keep listening, and you'll see why.
FM,
HD,
Amazon Echo,
Google Home,
the TuneIn Radio app,
the iHeartRadio app,
and nccradio.org.
The voice of Nassau Community College.
This is the award-winning 90.3 WHPC.
WHPC HD, Garden City.
On the air, everywhere.
This show is brought to you by Jersey Mike's Subs, with 2 locations in Uniondale and Carl Place, both within a 5-minute drive of Nassau Community College, and also available with Uber Eats. Jersey Mike's is a sub shop where every slice, every sandwich, and every store provides sustenance and substance. Produce is sliced daily in-house. Bread is baked daily in-house. And the 100% Angus beef roast beef is cooked in-store. Experience the sub difference at Jersey Mike's in Uniondale and Carl Place.
.3 WHPC, the voice of Nassau Community College. Welcome to another edition of From the Press Box, part of the WHPC Sports Talk family. By the way, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, besides the 9 a.m. show here, 5 p.m., 9 p.m., and 3 p.m. We have WHPC Sports Talk, so this isn't the only place to get sports talk, but we start the week. Anyway, I am Rob Leonard. Joining me, of course, is award-winning sports writer Tim Leonard. Hello, Timothy. How are you doing?
Hello, brother.
How are you? How are things in Timland?
There's no such place, but things are fine.
Timland is where you live. Isn't that what you call Timland? You know, like Graceland?
No.
No? Okay. Anyway, my brother, lots of sports happening this past week as we look back at the week that was with sports.
And a little bit ahead to the Jets tonight.
The new generation of a quarterback. The youngest, one of the young, is he the youngest quarterback, or is he one of the youngest? He's one of the youngest.
I don't know for a fact, but I would assume that he is because he's very young.
Yes. I like when they count 21 years and 20 days or something, whatever.
Yes, he's very young, Sam Darnold.
516-572-7440. That's the number to call if you'd like to make a comment or have a question about the world of sports. Let's start out with the Giants yesterday because you know what? They're still not scoring. And I thought this was supposed to be fixed during the offseason.
Let's start with this. The Jacksonville Jaguars have a very good defense. They are one of the best defenses in the NFL. That said, I'm certainly not making excuses for the Giants because there were significant stretches of the game where they did not play well at all. And, Saquon Barkley struggled, I thought. A lot of people are looking at it and say, wow, Saquon Barkley had 108 yards and played, had a great rookie debut. Well, 68 of those yards came on one play. So 17 carries for 40 yards, which is what he had on the rest of his day. Isn't that good?
No, it's not.
It's 2.3 yards a carry. So, we can say, yes, Saquon Barkley showed the kind of breakaway speed that he has, the kind of ability that he has to break a run and to make that kind of an impact play, and that's what he is. He's going to be, a home run hitter at times, and that's what the Giants got when they brought him in as the number 2 draft pick overall. That's what they wanted. So, did Saquon Barkley do as advertised? Yes, he did. But when he was at Penn State, and granted, it's different,
right? Yeah.
Obviously, but he was a guy who averaged probably 6 or 7 yards a carry. He got yardage pretty much every time he touched the ball. So, and again, Jacksonville, great defense. They knew Saquon Barkley was getting the ball, but every defense is going to know that Saquon Barkley is getting the ball. but I would like to see a little bit more, and a lot of that has to go back to the offensive line, too. Eric Flowers yesterday I thought was terrible. In the first quarter, I was surprised he wasn't taken off the field. That's how bad he was. And he made the move from left tackle to right tackle this year with the hope that his mistakes wouldn't be as magnified as they are at left tackle. In the first quarter, he had one of the most ridiculous tripping penalties I've ever seen. His man beat him. He turned around. His foot was literally waist high as he was trying to just get it in this guy's way and trip him.
But is that a trip if it's waist high?
Yes, it was. It was one of
to
the
me,
most.
A trip is as of the legs.
It was one of the most
foot.
absurd things I've ever seen on a football field.
Okay.
And then a few plays later, here comes Eric Flowers with a holding penalty. The Giants' first drive, they wound up losing something like 12 yards. So the game did not start the way the Giants wanted it to, and certainly not the way Eric Flowers wanted it to. He was a nightmare. But that being said, he got better as the game went on, and the only reason I say that is because we didn't hear his name on penalties. So at least he wasn't getting called for penalties. But that is going to be. It looks like it's going to be a situation the Giants are going to need to address at some point. Flowers, the former number 1 pick from I think it was 4 years ago. It's at some point the Giants are going to have to say, you know what, we just made a mistake, and it's not. This guy doesn't have the kind of talent that we can build around, and we need to go somewhere else because unless he gets a lot better in a very short amount of time, it's going to be a glaring weakness on that side of the line for the Giants, and it could wind up with Eli Manning getting hurt.
I have to also say that I don't think Eli Manning was back to normal yet, whatever that might be.
I don't know
Eli
what that means
at this point. Well, the Giants don't score, and also when you're in,
but that's not entirely his fault.
Yeah, but you know what?
What
bothered me about the Giants yesterday? What does Rob Leonard say to do? So many things. I know.
I don't know.
You're dumbfounded.
Eat nachos? I don't know.
Yes, I love nachos. What I think, when you're that close to the goal line and you have 10 seconds left, you don't go for the field goal. You go for the touchdown.
Where are you talking about?
Second period.
Second quarter.
Second quarter.
Oh, late. All right. Well, they botched the whole clock thing there.
They did.
Because they really did waste about 10 seconds that could have given them another play. I mean, I agreed with what they did there in terms of kicking the field goal because you want to put points on the board. You're already behind.
Right.
You want to get a little bit closer. So I didn't disagree with that, but what I did disagree with is they're kicking a field goal on third down because they completely botched the clock management part and essentially wasted 10 seconds. There's your play.
Yeah.
Because they were out of timeouts. So if you run a play and you don't get to the end zone, you can't stop the clock. You could say, well, they could get to the line and spike it. There's not enough time.
Well, what they maybe should have done is do a quick pass outside and then see
with 7 seconds left. No, you can't.
You do the
you can't because what
you can get like 1 second left.
What if Eli gets sacked?
Well,
halftime, half over.
Then half is over.
Well, that's my point.
But
you have to take the short points.
But I think with what started last year and what the Giants have to prove this year is that they can score. So by sneaking in a play where you go for the touchdown is probably a better thing than just go for a field goal.
I disagree in that instance. But the problem there was, like I said, they wasted an inordinate amount of time. They could have run a play, easily could have run a play. And instead, they wasted 10 seconds. They let the clock run down to 7 seconds. And then at that point, they don't have an option. The option is gone because, like I said, there's too many things that could go wrong with running a play that you don't have enough time to kick a field goal. But if with 17 seconds left, that's plenty of time to run a play, to have enough time left. And even if for whatever reason you don't get to the end zone, that's still enough time to get to the line. And, well, actually, yeah. And well, no, they wouldn't be able to clock it because that would be fourth down. Yeah. So if the play's not there, throw it out of bounds. Standard operating procedure that a quarterback with as much experience as Eli would be able to take care of and just, all right, I know I need to get out of the pocket and roll so that if I do have to throw the ball into the stands, I'm not going to get called for grounding.
Right, and that's understandable.
But
yeah,
you got to make that happen.
But also, if Eli, I mean, we're expecting this Giants to be a better offensive team and to have an offensive line, and we didn't really see it yesterday.
No, we didn't. Well, the offensive line, I think, is going to be a little bit of a work in progress. Nate Solder, who they signed from the Patriots, was obviously the big offensive signing of the free agent period. Will Hernandez was the number 2 pick. And so these guys are going to need a little time to get together and gel a little bit. But like I said, Flowers is a big issue on the right side now. To me, a lot of that stuff should have been taken care of in the preseason. But in today's NFL, a lot of your starters don't play that much in the preseason because they don't want guys getting injured. So
with good reason.
And if you saw yesterday's games in the NFL in general, with a couple of exceptions, the games were awful. They were terrible. They looked like exhibition games because so many of the starters are getting so few reps in the preseason games. The Giants game was terrible. And the Falcons Eagles on Thursday night was horrible. You can look at some games with the Buccaneers game yesterday. They were scoring all over the place. The Packers and the Bears late at night. The last night's game where the Packers came back. I think they were down 23-0, and they won 24-23 because Aaron Rodgers came back from what I thought was going to be a pretty bad knee injury to bring the Packers back. But for the most part, the games yesterday were not good. No, the quality was not there. So as far as continuity and getting players to play together, that is what you need to have. And if you're not getting that in the preseason, then it's going to take another game or 2 or 3 before it gets together. And again, Giants playing Jacksonville, very good defense. I'm not expecting them to put up 30 points against Jacksonville because Jacksonville's defense is that good. But that being said, the Giants play the Cowboys next week. We're going to find out a lot because Cowboys, I watched that game yesterday. The Cowboys are awful. They are horrible. Dak Prescott has nobody to throw to. The Cowboys have no receivers. So what the Giants should do next week is stack the box against Ezekiel Elliott and challenge Dak Prescott to say, all right, fine, you think you're going to beat us with Cole Beasley? Be serious. Dak. The one thing that we're learning about Dak Prescott is that his rookie season more than likely is going to be his best ever season in the NFL. He's not a very good quarterback. He's okay, but he's not. They all thought he was a revelation when he came in, and it was like the big steal, middle round pick, and he's going to be our guy. And they signed him to the long-term extension. He's not very good. And I'm sure part of that is because their receiving core is terrible. But
if you have no receivers, how can you be a good quarterback?
Well, Tom Brady's managed to do it.
He has Gronk, man.
He's got Gronk now. He's had years where he's had retreads at receiver, and he's still thrown for 4,000 yards. But that's system. I'll be saying this probably until they put me in the ground. I don't know why more teams don't play like the Patriots.
Because the West Coast offense has been proven.
As much as I despise them, I don't know why more teams just don't blatantly copy what they do. I don't understand why it doesn't happen. They just move the ball downfield, and it's almost like they score when they want to.
Sure.
You know, I mean, they only won by a touchdown yesterday. They won 27-20, I think it was. But they get points when they need points. Almost all the time.
Except against...
almost all the time.
Except against Giants.
Exactly.
And some Super Bowls.
Exactly. But, I mean, that to me, if I owned a team, if I was coaching a team, I would tell my people, go watch some tapes and pay it. That's how I want to play. Make that happen. I mean, in the NFL, everybody copies everybody. That's how the league goes. Why has nobody ever copied them? I don't get it.
Belichick.
But it's not a difficult thing to do.
I know.
Here's a system. Make it work. 3-step drop, quick pass. Hey, look, there's 7-8 yards. All right, do it. Do it more. I don't get it.
I don't either.
So, but yesterday, Eli, I wasn't happy with Eli. I didn't think he played well.
No, he didn't.
He threw to Beckham. Big deal. Beckham, 11 catches for 111 yards. Okay, that's it's 10 yards a catch. It's not bad, but that's Odell Beckham should be a breakout guy. if he gets 11 receptions, he should be up around 160, 170 yards. One of those should go for a big play.